Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my underground lair.
You take special care of him. He's my special boy. Gentlemen, I'm about to go to the moon.
Initiate relaunch.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Are the elites planning a planetary extinction level event where only they survive inside of their luxurious underground bunkers? Well, the answer to that is yes. Tucker Carlson just broke the story with somebody who has direct knowledge of the building of all of these interconnected bunkers. But more importantly, Mark Zuckerberg has all but confirmed that this is absolutely happening. His new island-sized mansion in Hawaii has a massive underground bunker and interconnecting tunnels to make sure that his life will be just peachy when all of the rest of us are dying in a nuclear holocaust. Many people speculate that this site will become some sort of a post-apocalyptic bunker in case of civilization collapse. Why do so many elites want underground bunkers in case of civilization collapse? And you should go read this entire Wired article on this, but let me zip down here to the most important part here. New Zealand is considered to be an ideal place to wait out the apocalypse event. It is riddled with bunkers for the tech elite. Recently installed OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has an arrangement with Peter Thiel, first revealed by the New Yorker, where the pair will take a jet to Thiel's New Zealand properties in the case of an apocalyptic event. In the book Survival of the Richest, media theorist Douglas Rushkoff details a meeting with a group of billionaire preppers who bombarded him with questions about the best way to configure their bunkers. Wired shows some of the bunker-esque elements of Zucker's compound to Rushkoff last year. In order to justify having a palace, you've got to show that you've done basic due diligence on its bunker capacities, Rushkoff says. This shows it's not just luxury. You have skin in the game. You're planning on surviving the extinction level event. It's not just in Kauai. All of the amount of total net worth of billionaires continues to grow around the U.S. They are purchasing private land and building bunkers, all of them. Goodness gracious. This is something that was detailed and sort of shocked everyone that Zuckerberg is part of this, but it's certainly not only Mark Zuckerberg. And Mark Zuckerberg does have private tunnels inside of his massive compound in Hawaii, and he confirmed that on Theo Von's show this past week. Zuckerberg posted a video, actually, of what his compound looks like.
There's this whole meme about how people are saying I built this like bunker underground. It's like more of underground storage situation, but yeah, no, it's a.
Oh wow, Zucky got that bunky. What's under the ground? There's more water, right?
It's basically what you just said. It's sort of a tunnel that just goes to another building.
Yeah. Is that tunnel? Is your tunnel pretty big, or what's it like?
It's not that big of a tunnel. It's I made I put a reel on Instagram one day of Priscilla kind of making fun of me playing video games with some friends down there. But it's it's all good.
Yeah. This doesn't look like a big tunnel at all. It's just an entire massive. It's just an entire massive theater where you can play video games. No big deal. Just a giant underground theater in your bunker. So how big is the actual bunker? All right. Well, let's get down to the brass tacks here about what and why we are talking about the elite's underground bunkers, because a massive story just broke from Tucker Carlson interviewing Catherine Fitz. Catherine Fitz is former United States Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, so she knows her stuff. She's an American investment banker, public official. She served as a managing director, and she served in the George H.W. Bush administration. The assistant for secretary for HUD is a big-time position. It's a very coveted position. And so this lady knows what she's talking about. She's not a crackpot, right? She's not a crazy person. If anybody would know about global underground bunkers and their interconnected secret tunnels from the elites, it would be this woman, and here's what she had to say.
Around base and city infrastructure and transportation system that's been built. And
I'm sorry?
Yes. So we have built an extraordinary number of underground bases and supposedly transportation systems. Some of these are documented as part of the national security infrastructure. I think there are many more.
In the United States?
In the United States, on all over the world. From 2021 to 2023, I took one of the smartest subscribers in the Solaire Report network, and he and I spent 2 years collecting all the data and all the allegations on underground bases. We systematically went through and tried to estimate our guess, this is totally a guess, of how many underground bases, both underground in the United States, but also underground under the ocean around the United States. And our estimate was 170 with the transportation network connecting them.
And what would be the purpose?
If you thought you were going to get a near extinction event,
Goodness gracious. Okay, so this is what Tucker Carlson's network, put up. Let's go to some of the findings here, and I'll play you one more clip from Catherine. So again, Catherine Fitz is a very smart person. She's a very intelligent person. She's a very credentialed person, and she's talking about a breakaway civilization for the elites in case of an extinction level event or planning for an extinction level event. Now, these are real, as we just detailed. There have been books written about them. Mark Zuckerberg has already talked about it openly. Every billionaire already has their own contingency plan for what to do here. And there are these kind of bunkers riddled all over New Zealand, for instance. So we already know that they're international. Tucker just interviewed former Bush administration official Catherine Fitz. She detailed how between 1998 and 2015, there was $21 trillion in undocumented adjustments in the federal government. She detailed that one of the places these funds went to is underground base and city infrastructure transportation system that's been built. These bases, cities, and transportation exist in the United States and all over the world. The bases include under the ocean and around the United States. She estimates there are 170 of them, and she theorizes they were built in preparation for mass extinction. Goodness gracious. Former Bush administration official reveals that the government has constructed massive underground bases. You know, you see these kind of things in Colorado, in Illinois, in the Plains states. You see these this massive underground infrastructure that's being built. And also, Elon Musk owns a tunneling company. It's one of the major indicators. Elon Musk does an enormous amount of business with the federal government. Whenever there is a need, like with NASA or electric cars, Elon Musk is there. And the Boring Company, you got to like scratch your head and ask, you know, is that actually being used potentially to build it? Like, is Elon Musk see a need for this? Who knows? According to Fitz, some of the massive underground structures are officially documented. Others remain hidden. They aren't limited to the U.S., but are scattered across the globe. Some are officially documented. There are various hollowed out mountains throughout the country. There are, of course, massive storage and bases throughout the Midwest. I lived not terribly far from one. We'd pass by one massive underground base in Illinois every time we drive to Chicago when I was a little kid. She theorized that there could be as many as 170 bases located beneath the ocean and others around the United States interconnected by secret transportation networks. What would those be? I know that there are secret transportation networks all throughout Washington, D.C. You can go down and see the actual entry to the tunnels if you have the right credentials in the Congress. The U.S. Capitol building. You can go down and see the entrances to the underground tunnels throughout D.C. There are massive underground tunnels all throughout Washington that connect all of the government buildings and lead way out into the countryside and to military bases. There's an entire railway system that operates between the White House and various buildings in case you needed to get the president up and out. So this is real, by the way. Another Bush administration official exposing the elite's fear of an upcoming geophysical event. She says that much of the stolen black budget money ended up being used to build underground doomsday bunkers and infrastructure. Watch this segment about what the elites are afraid of and why we should start preparing too. Because they're not going to tell you what's coming. Follow the thread for more information. Ladies and gentlemen, let's watch.
The answer to this is I think there is real concern about geophysical risks.
Yeah.
And one way to deal with that is to make sure we don't bet the ranch on one planet. So I think the first is a solar minimum where you get big drops in the economy and the agriculture and you can't feed the population.
Right.
So
because there are changes in climate because of the distance of the Earth from the sun.
Right.
And that changes.
Right. So we know throughout history we go through periods of solar minimum.
So they are worried about climate change, but they don't think it's coming from your suburban.
Right. It's not coming from human behavior. Now, there are environmental problems coming from human behavior.
For sure. That's for sure.
Right.
For the record, I have one friend who's very well informed who has convinced me that that is real.
The other thing is it appears to me, if you go back through history, every 10,000, 12,000 years, we have some kind of huge disaster.
An extinction event.
A near extinction event. I think that whether it's a pole shift, a magnetic pole shift is one of the theories of what causes these events. But there is a history of near extinction events.
Interestingly, Tucker Carlson confirmed that he knew a contractor that worked on one of these operations in Washington, D.C. Now, they also went into energy weapons, right? The Brilliant Light Power Company free energy cover-up. Tucker Carlson and this Bush official talking about clandestine energy technology. Fitch states the U.S. government is possessing advanced, undisclosed energy technologies. She pointed to Brilliant Light and Power as a company developing such technologies, specifically referencing their work, Sun Cell device, which purportedly generates energy through a novel process of involving hydrogen. She claimed the government has constructed extensive underground bases across the United States, interconnected by secret transportation networks. These facilities are said to be powered by secret energy sources. Trillions of dollars have been siphoned in order to get these projects to work. Well, wouldn't be the first time we've heard this. Again, if you were going to be doing secret testing, doing it underground would be the right way to do it, obviously. If you want to keep things secret in a world of satellites, in a world of spies and satellites, then you have to do it underground. And when Donald Trump was speaking at the White House just the other day, he said, well, we have weapons that nobody even understands. Is this what he's talking about? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure. But we're damn happy that Tucker Carlson is asking these questions. And it's, I've seen the entrance to the tunnel. So at the very least, I know that they exist. I physically stood in front of the tunnel that goes to the White House from the United States Capitol building, as a matter of fact. And there's a secret railway down there. I didn't get to see the railway, but I saw the entrance to the tunnel. It had a massive iron lock on it. Anyway, fascinating stuff. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Benny. See ya.